Hello everyone, this is Arith Chandar from KP Classes, and in this video we will be looking into the details of a crash course for GATE 2025 examination. So let me in the beginning tell you about what this crash course is about. We are going to start this crash course, which will be a 3-month course for the preparation of GATE 2025 examination. This is going to start, the first crash course batch is going to start from October 18th of this year. So with approximately, as I mentioned, it will be a 3-month course, as we are having approximately 3.5 months remaining for the examination of GATE 2025 Architecture and Planning. In this particular crash course, which is starting from 18th of October, we are going to target to complete the entire syllabus of Part A, that is the common part, B1 and B2, that is Architecture and Planning part, within this time frame of 3 months, so that you will also have enough time for your self revision. And the best thing is, towards the end, once we are done with the complete syllabus, you will also be having access to our practice sessions or revision classes towards the end as well. So in this short video I will take you through the details of this crash course, the structure which we are going to follow, the resources which you're going to get in this particular course, and also the preparation methodology, what will be our teaching style and what are you going to get as resources for your preparation. So that's the detail of this particular short session. To begin with, the overview, what all I'm going to discuss in this short video, I'll first talk about the exam pattern for the GATE examination briefly. We'll then look into the details of the official syllabus, and then we'll also have a discussion on the crash course structure. What is the pattern which we are going to follow over here? What is the subject wise approach we at KP GATE classes follow? And finally, we'll also talk about the resources and the preparation pattern. How are you going to prepare in this 3 months of time and target to get a wonderful rank for this examination of GATE 2025? So to begin, firstly, for any examination, any competitive test, before you start your preparation, it is very important that you get to know the basics of it. How many marks this exam is for, what is your target, how much are you expected to score in this examination, and also what is the syllabus for it. So that will be our discussion in the beginning. So key takeaways from the last year or last GATE examination, GATE 2024 examination, the cutoff for the general category was 41.5 marks. That was the cutoff for GATE 2024. If you look into the past, so these are this is a comparison to the cutoff of the last few years. The cutoff ranges anywhere between 33, that was the least cutoff, and the maximum was this year 41 and a half. So around 30 to 40 on an average, you can say, is the cutoff. So it's not very difficult at the beginning. If you see, out of 100 marks, scoring 40 marks, it is not a huge task if you're having a proper preparation. That said, you should not also think that it is okay, it's very easy to score 40 out of 100. Not very easy too. Reason being, you can see the percentage of qualification last year. Out of 9,000 plus candidates who have attempted the test, approximately 2,000 qualified the examination for architecture, GATE architecture. So that gives us a qualifying percentage of approximately 22.5%. So not all people who write the examination get qualified in this exam. So GATE architecture, the qualifying percentage approximately is 21 or 22% only. So you have to be, and it is not just sufficient to qualify the test. If you're having the dedicated preparation, your focus should be on getting into the top IITs, the top colleges, and for that you should have a double digit and preferably a single digit rank, which is very much possible if you're having a dedicated preparation for these 3 to 3.5 months in the right direction with correct guidance. That's going to be the most important thing for the GATE examination. So let me talk about the GATE pattern as well, the GATE examination architecture. The upcoming year, the pattern is going to be this way, just like the last year. There will be 4 parts. So when you attempt the test, you will be having 4 tabs or 4 sections mainly. The first part is going to be the general aptitude portion. You can toggle between these sections anytime you want during the examination. It's not necessary that you attempt common part first. It is up to you, whichever part you want, you can attempt that particular section in the exam. As far as the marks distribution, as I told you already, the exam will be for 100 marks, the duration for which will be 3 hours. And in these 3 hours, you will need to answer a total of 65 questions. So for every question, you will be having more than 2.5 minutes of time. So it's not an exam where time is going to be a major concern. But then Within this time frame, you should also accurately answer the questions, both theoretical and numerical ones too. So 2.5 approximately, 2.5 plus minutes per question. It's not an exam. The time is going to be very less or so. So talking about the sections which you'll need to attempt, many people have this confusion also of these 3 hours. There's no limit as to how much time you spend on which part. It is up to you. You can spend say out of 3 hours, if you wish, you can spend approximately 2 hours also on just one section or common part. It's up to you which how much time you allocate to each section. General aptitude part, this will be having a total of 10 questions and the weightage of it. So 10 MCQ questions will be given to you, and these 10 questions will give you a weightage of 15 marks in the total examination. 15 marks is a huge weightage. If the cutoff is approximately around 30, let us say 50% of it you can easily score just from the general aptitude part. Other than that, you have part A, that is the common part. Common part, there will be a total of 39 questions which will contribute to the weightage, overall weightage of 60 marks. And here you'll have a combination of theoretical and numerical questions. Theoretical questions can be multiple choice or multiple select questions as well. MCQ is where only one option will be right. MSQ question is where multiple options can be correct. And numerical answer type question is the third type. These are the three types of questions which you will be having in the examination, in the common part, architecture, and also planning part. General aptitude, historically, it has been that you'll only get MCQ based questions in that portion, at least in the recent past, that has been the trend. Part B1, if you see, that is architecture part, and part B2 is planning part. Of these two, you'll need to make a selection of any one during the course of the examination. While attempting the test, you can open both the sections, see whichever is scoring for you, and then you can select that in the examination and attempt that portion, wherein you will be having a total of 16 questions with a weightage of 25 marks. So that's a very brief overview on the overall exam pattern. 100 marks is distributed into 15, 60 and 25. 15, 60, that is the general aptitude and common part, is mandatory for everyone attempting the test. You'll have an option to select any one of the architecture or planning, those 16 questions. You can either select from architecture or planning for the 25 marks weightage. So that's about the overall exam pattern and the number of questions, the time duration which you'll need to answer, and also I talked briefly about the types of questions which you're going to have in this examination. Now, to have a proper strategy as to how much to score in which section, how many questions to answer, how to handle negative marking, for all these aspects, practice is the only solution. So you'll need to have a dedicated practice of mock tests which will be included for you in this crash course as well. So crash course is not only about classes. You will be having live online classes, you'll be having the recorded backup of all the lectures, you'll be having a lot of practice sheets and homework sheets, you'll be having a lot of books to study from, study material, and you'll also have access to a lot of questions in the form of test series, in the form of sectional tests, and also mock tests, wherein mock tests will help you strategize your approach for the examination to maximize your score. And guidance throughout will be provided by our experienced faculty team, which will help you score wonderful rank even with this short time of short time span which is left out for your preparation, approximately 3.5 months. To ensure and maximize the output of this particular time, you can enroll into the crash course, upcoming crash course, which is starting from 18th of October, like I told you in the beginning. Let me also take you through the syllabus very briefly now. The first 15 marks, that's general aptitude. It will cover 4 main areas, which includes verbal ability, verbal aptitude, in simple terms, English. Then you have quantitative ability or quantitative aptitude, which is basic simple math. Then you have analytical aptitude, which is based on logic and analogy. And finally, you'll also have spatial aptitude, which focuses on transformation, visualization aspects of reasoning. So these are the 4 areas from which you will be getting a total of 15 marks of questions, which will be 10 questions. So these 10 questions, actually 5 questions will be for 1 mark each, 5 questions will be for 2 marks each. So that's the pattern and the syllabus for the general aptitude, 15 marks or 10 questions. The remaining 55 questions which you'll need to answer, that is 39 questions of the common part and 16 questions of the architecture or planning, whichever you select, that as per the official syllabus is categorized into a total of 13 sections. 7 sections of the common part, wherein you will be having a total of 39 questions with 60 marks weightage. Maximum weightage is for the common part itself. Then you will have a choice of selecting architecture or planning, where you'll need to answer 16 questions with a weightage of 25 marks. In both these sections, you will be having MCQ, MSQ and NAT questions, which can be 1 mark or 2 marks each. So if you look at the syllabus, Common part includes the basics of both architecture and planning curriculum, which includes section 1, that is architectural planning and design, which also includes design standards. Section 2 is construction management, which includes the topics of estimation, valuation, and also the project management aspect. Then you have section 3, which is environmental planning and design, which includes the topics of ecosystems, environmental pollution, and related terms. Then you have section 4, that is urban planning, landscape, and conservation, which includes all these three areas of conservation, landscape, and also the urban design principles. Then you have section 5, which is planning process, which includes the basics of urban planning. Section 6, housing, which includes the topics of urban housing or housing units, housing standards, that's included in section 6. And finally, you have services and infrastructure, which includes various services including fire safety, water supply, plumbing, transportation. That's included in the 7th section. So basics of both architecture and planning are included in the common part. Then you have the architecture part, which includes 3 sections: history and contemporary architecture, that is section B1.1. 1.2 is building construction structural systems, which includes building materials, building construction, and also building structures, wherein you'll need to study about the shear force, bending moment, shear stress, bending stress aspects, and truss analysis. Then you will have section 1.3, which includes building services and sustainability, which includes various building services including lighting, climatology, acoustics, and also water supply, plumbing, and buildings, transportation. All these transportation is actually included in the common part over here in these services. Then you will have the planning part as well. That's part B2, wherein you have section B 2.1, 2.2, and 2.3, 3 sections again, which includes advanced aspects of planning, regional and settlement planning. Then you'll have planning techniques and management, including the aspects of GIS, survey, and related terms. Then you'll have section 2.3, which includes infrastructure planning, which mainly focuses on advanced transportation techniques and tools. So these are the various topics which you'll need to focus on for your preparation of the GATE examination. We strongly recommend everyone preparing for the examination, even if it is 3 months of time, not to leave out anything in your preparation. It is ideal that you cover everything in a holistic manner, because there are always deviations. Like for instance, question from building structures based on bending moment, shear force, that in the last year it was asked in the common part, even though as per the syllabus it falls into the architecture part. So there are such deviations always. So be prepared. At least the basics you'll need to study for all the topics, be it any section of the official syllabus. So however, in the preparation, in the classes, we are going to follow a subject-wise approach. The simple reason being, if you check the official syllabus, the topic of water supply is mentioned 2 times. You will also find it in section 7 of the common part in the services, and it is also included section in the section B1.3 of the architecture part under building services. So that for water supply, not only water supply, even say plumbing and sewerage basics, they fall into both the section. Even transportation, for that matter, it falls under section 7 of the common part, and also is included into section 2.3, that is infrastructure planning. Now, if you follow this section-wise approach, there can be deviations, or you might end up having discontinuities in the subject. And an ideal way to prepare would be to start from the basics till the advanced level and cover the subject through from the basics to the advanced, like I mentioned. So that will give you a holistic preparation in a better manner, and that's the reason we will be following a subject-wise approach. We are going to have a subject-wise study in this crash course, wherein the complete syllabus of architecture, planning, and common part, we have disintegrated that into 24 individual subjects, including the general aptitude. So there are a total of 24 sections which you'll need to prepare for this examination. You will be having lectures for these. So subject wise, as I mentioned, it includes all the subjects of architecture and planning, right from the basics of architecture like architectural graphics, history of architecture, climatology, lighting, acoustics, so on, even project management and contracts. Then you have structures, transportation, urban design, landscape, and also urban planning, urban housing. So all these topics, subjects, when considered together, so there are such 24 individual subjects, wherein you'll be having preparation with topic by topic with a detailed study from the basics to the advanced level. So that's the mode of preparation. So let me talk about the resources and also the preparation strategy which you'll need to follow for these 3.5 months to effectively utilize the time you're having with you. This, I'm confident not only on this approach is not the confidence in our approach is not only because of the quality of the resources we provide you, but also the results which we have proven with the same process in the past. So a lot of our students, even crash course students, had come out with wonderful results following the same resources, similar preparation strategy and technique. So it is something which is tested and proven, so you can follow this approach in your preparation. So the firstly, the resources mainly three. You will be having classes, which will be live online classes wherein the teacher will interact with you on a live mode, and the classes will be recorded for you and available on, and will be provided, access will be provided to you on a KP Gate Classes mobile application. You can download an app, have that for your reference. All the resources will be accessible to you on the app always 24/7. So classes. Then number two will be the study material, wherein you'll be having a set of 10 books and also a set of in cards, memory cards. I'll talk about the study material content to you, and then you'll have the test series. So these are the three resources or three categories of resources you will be having. Classes with, now in classes I told you it will be live online classes with the recorded backup. Study material, which will be, you'll have an option to select between online and also physical books, whichever you wish. And then you have have these resources study test series, which includes topic wise tests and also mock tests. That's about the resources. Now what should be your preparation style, or how should you make use of these resources? It would be an incremental stepwise approach. Step number one will be to attend the live online class. Because of the limitation of the time, it is strongly advisable that you don't rely completely on the recorded lectures. Try to attend the lecture every day. We will be having 6 to 7 days of classes per week, because it is a short term course or a short duration course. The lectures can be anywhere between 2.5 to 3 hours long, so you'll need to dedicate your time accordingly. All the classes will be scheduled in the evening, so that will not interact with or will not interfere with other commitments of yours, be it office or college, either or if you're having an online or having a college going on in your self-study. So it will not interfere into that. So live online classes, which will be scheduled in the evening, you can attend those classes, and if required, you can rewatch, or the recorded backup will be provided. So you can have an access of those for revision, or if you happen to miss someday. That would be the step one in your preparation. Once you attend a lecture, after that, you'll need to go through the homework sheets or practice sheets which are provided to you as a resource. Most of the subjects you'll be having access to practice sheets, so that you can practice those questions also. Once the class is done, both theory and numerical practice sheets will be provided to you. Have a dedicated study of the practice sheets in the form of homework. That's the second step. Once you're done with that, third step is to go through that particular subject from the study material which has been provided to you, and also other resources, other reference resources if provided. Like in some subjects, the faculty might ask you go through the study material and also go through so and so IS code, or go through so and so NBC chapter, National Building Code. So the other resources which are provided or given access to you in the class, you will need to go through that as a self-study. So this is where your self-study comes into picture, other than the lecture. That's the third step. Once you're done with this, step number four, remember in each and every steps of these, you'll need to make your own handmade note. That's of huge importance in the preparation. Having a proper handmade notes, having a proper handmade notes for your self revision at every step, the class running notes and also study material, study in your self study, you'll need to include points into that notes. That's of huge importance. Then you'll need to practice the test series, wherein you'll have subject-wise tests. Your first target should be on focusing those subject-wise tests. As the classes go on topic by topic, you need to practice those tests. And once you're done with all these four steps, so these four steps is for every subject. Subject number one, classes, practice sheet, study material, test series. Subject number two, classes, practice sheet, study material, test series. This approach has to be followed for all the 24 subjects. Then comes the last step, that is full-length mock tests, which are also provided to you in the test series. Mock test access will be provided to you in the last month before the examination. Once you're done with considerable number of subjects in your preparation, you can start attempting the mocks, which will help you strategize the techniques which you need to follow to maximize your score, how to handle negative marking, how to have time management. Those skills you will develop in the course of the mock test, and faculty will be with you to help throughout these steps across for all the 24 subjects. You will have a dedicated contact where you can text directly. Your concerns will be addressed by the concerned faculty as well. So that's about it. And the resources which I was talking about, the books, At every step, be it classes, study material, test series, the quality is something which we assure from our end. You will be getting premium quality resources, including the set of books. You'll be having a total of 10 set of books which completely covers the entire syllabus. And in addition to the books, you'll also have a set of memory cards wherein things which are can be overwhelming sometimes, like lot of architects and their works to remember, a lot of landscape styles to remember, a lot of landscape trees and style trees and their characteristics to remember, lots of planners and their theories, a lot of design standards. So such information which is sometimes overwhelming to remember, that is concisely put into memory cards. You'll just need to study one or two cards per day, and once you're done with this complete set of cards, you will retain or remember a lot of information which is generally something students overlook in their preparation. So that is all compiled from our end in a quality manner. So you should just blindly use the resources. That's how you can make a effective utilization of this short amount of time to get a good rank in the examination. So these are some memory cards. As you can see, they're all color coded as well, like the blue cards are for planners, yellow cards for architects and the works, so green ones are for landscape architects. So there are color coded cards which will help you, which are categorized in a manner that you can remember them easily in your preparation. So that's about the memory cards. Like I told you, the resources, you'll need to make your own hand notes as well. Even though you have access to all these resources, your learnings, putting it onto a piece of paper, then obtaining short notes or say bullet points from it, so that you can revise it before the examination. Even revision classes will be held as well once we are done with the complete syllabus. But from your end, you'll need to maintain a proper understanding of the self-study, practicing all the past gate questions which you can access. All these will also be provided to you on the app itself. Mock tests which will also be provided to you as a part of a test series which you need to attempt from your end. So making use of these resources, you can effectively utilize the available short span of time to get a wonderful result out of it. Like our past students last year, that is GATE 2024, it has been one of the batches which has given an outstanding result, wherein out of the top 9 students, that is 9 single-digit ranks, 5 students were from our institute and 4 of them were directly from our classes. One was from the distance learning program. So 5 of top 9 students, 5 single-digit rankers were from our institute, and that itself shows the commitment we put into our resources, and also the approach which we follow in preparing, make you prepare for this examination. For any queries and to enroll into this upcoming crash course batch, you can contact us on the number displayed on the screen over here, which is 9560252666. So you can reach out to our counselors. They'll guide you through the process, help you understand any further queries you have, and you can kickstart your preparation at the earliest, so that you're not left behind and you're not overwhelmed in these last 3 months for your preparation. Thank you.